Okay, good afternoon, fellow South Africans in the wonderful country of South Africa. We're in the Boerland where the weather is rainy, windy, but so are in the shacks. And so probably around the whole country. Let's start with our weekly state of the nation that not is or is not. We're going to start today with the cycle carts they bought with great triumph and cut 15 yellow ribbons and 25 red ribbons, and they said this was going to cart the people to the hospitals. This is a cart you should use to put 2 animals in with 1 rider and take people around the beachfront of Durban. It cost 10 million rand, and now our esteemed government, you know what, we made a mistake. We're going to transport medicine with it. Why didn't with 10 million rands, why didn't you just buy cars, buckies, whatever you wanted to buy? Who got the cut? Who got the 10 million? Our hospitals are in such a dire state and dire need of being broken down and new ones. Unfortunately, there isn't money to buy the new ones. So I don't know what we're going to do. Whether people are going to demand to go into private hospitals, or people are going to just not go to hospitals. Then we go to our favorite topic of Eskom. President Cyril Ramaphosa, in all his glory, said Eskom would only be out for 2 days this year. And the 2 days would be for maintenance. Today we hear from the spokesman of Eskom, get prepared for load shedding from tonight. So we got tonight and Friday, and that's the 2 days. No more. Only that 2 days, but no more. Now, if we believe Cyril Ramaphosa, we'll believe him when he said that there are no farm murders in South Africa. So obviously we don't know if Cyril is in contact with the world, or if Cyril is in contact with the people of the country, or actually is Cyril in contact with himself. The salaries that have been raised for the ministers, the only ministers we hear of these days are Becky Cele, aka Chuck Norris, riding in from the south on horseback, who does nothing. Trucks are burning. Monwabisi Beach municipal buildings are burning as we talk right now. Trucks are being burnt as we talk right now. But Becky Cele, aka Chuck Norris, he must be making a Western movie in Hollywood because he ain't to be seen. Mrs. Zuma is counting the dollars from the cigarettes. Where are you, Mrs. Zuma? The one who banned the cigarettes, so allegedly you could take a benefit. Did you take a benefit, Mrs. Zuma? Do you know the kingpin of the cigarette trade? Were you photoshopped with a photograph with him? Or is it a conspiracy by white people? The mental health issue. What is happening with the mental homes and the mental hospitals? Because what I find so strange, we have one murder, or no, not even a murder, a man coming out of his shack who got changed in the shack, and the police tried to arrest him. On his horse was Becky Cele. When the 143 people died in the mental institution in Johannesburg, Ekaweni, I think it is called. Where were you, Becky? What did you do about it? But no, you had to come down for your racist agenda. Remember, you were declared unfit for office. Now, when you declared unfit for office, you declared unfit for office. So the office you are presently presiding in, you're unfit for. But you don't know what the word unfit means. Some power station in breaking news today was built, and Eskom did not get their sums right. 4 billion rand over. What do these people smoke? I smoked a lot of drugs in my life. I used a lot of alcohol. But obviously you people have taken it to a different level. A different level. Please send me some so I can try it out. Just to see if I can get onto the same level as you people. The employment figures have gone up. 50% of the country are unemployed. But you ministers, you take a salary increase. And I know how this works, man, because I used to work at Parliament. So we're not all stupid like you think we are. Then you get security upgrades on your home, on your private home. Then you get another home. Then you get a couple of vehicles and a couple of bodyguards. Not that Chuck Norris needs bodyguards. I want to say to this nation tonight that I believe that this theft, corruption, stealing, call it what it may, is a crime against humanity. Because if we didn't steal so much, like you have stolen, you government, you've stolen it. If you, don't blame Jan van Riebeeck, he's long dead. He's long dead. If you people didn't steal so much, every citizen of this country would have a little house, would have electricity, would have water, the babies would be fed. But where are they? You have stolen not only from us, but you have stolen from your own people who fought in the liberation struggle. Then we go on to Julius Malema, that little clown. If we are going to be intimidated by someone like you, Julius, then we must really be tarty. And I'm not speaking here all gung-ho like Chuck Norris does. Do you think we're just going to allow you to come in and shoot? Do you really believe that we're going to allow that? Do you really believe we're going to be intimidated by you? It's not only the Boere who are going to shoot you, or the Englishmen, but your own people will shoot you. Because at the VBS Bank, you and Floyd Shabangu took millions, allegedly. Let's wait for your day in court. What have we done with that? Why are our black people, our lovely black people of this country, why are they still going to the toilet in the bush? Because you people stole the billions. You were a liberation movement, you're not the government. It's easy to fight against something, but it's not easy to govern. The farm murders, our old farmers who've been there 5, 6, 7, 8 generations, must every night go to bed in fear of you bastards coming to violate them, torture them, humiliate them, and finally kill them. Who the fuck do you think you are? We're tired of it now. We're tired of the threat on our people. We're tired of the threat on the colored people, on the Cape Flats and all around South Africa. We're tired of the threats of the decent black people, lovely, beautiful black people that talk out against this insanity. The justice system. The president, Mr. President, let's just call you Ramaphosa, man, because I've got no respect for you. Ramaphosa, you appoint the judges. But the one judge you cannot appoint of the Constitutional Court, who went out and said that he loves Israel, and it's biblical, man. Read the Bible sometime. But you crucify the man because you can't have him in your pocket. That's why you crucified Mahang, the Chief Justice of the Constitutional Court. I pity this country next year when he retires. Another thing, Ramaphosa, when you broke ties with Israel and you call yourself a Christian, don't talk shit to me, man. Don't you know what it says in the Bible about Israel? You curse Israel, you'll be cursed. You bless Israel, you'll be blessed. And you know what has happened? Our country's cursed. Our country is cursed. Everything has to be fraud. Everyone must eat. When are we going to get the arms deal report? You got millions and millions and millions of United States Donald Trump dollars lying in Simonstown in the dockyard, and they can't sail. Don't you sometimes go to bed and feel shy? Don't you sometimes go to bed and feel like, hey, hold it, we made a mistake? Don't you sometimes go to bed, Ramaphosa, feeling disgusted in what you have done to this country? Jacob Zuma stole millions, made in Kandla, got himself a kraal, got himself a pool, got all this stuff. But he still walks around boastfully and says, okay, well, give me my day in court. For the last 9 years, he's been trying to fight to stay out of court. Let's go on to the state capture. The state capture has cost hundreds of millions. Witness after witness after witness has said how corruption has taken place between Bosasa, your ex-president Zuma's great friend Gupta, all the Gupta brothers that stole us rotten. But you know what? They didn't steal us rotten. You allowed them to take the money. That brings me to this question, Ramaphosa. You were Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa when the money was stolen from all departments. We got about 60 municipalities around South Africa that are fucked. They can't even clean the streets. They can't even clean the sewerage. They can't do anything. What did you do as Deputy President when you saw this corruption? Because the President... I used to respect presidents no more. Ramaphosa, when you were Deputy President, what did you do to make sure there was no corruption? Ramaphosa, again, do you confirm or deny in Geneva, Switzerland, you made a comment that there are no white farm murders in South Africa? Do you confirm or deny that? I wish you would answer. Hopefully you'll answer one day. Then Mrs. Zuma, who you beat because you paid a lot of money that came from Bosasa. Remember that man who mysteriously went into a concrete pole and died? Mr. Watson, who paid so much. Was the cigarette kingpin. So you had one corrupt Bosasa man on your side. Zuma has the cigarette kingpin on her side. And you won. Because you had more money. Maybe you sold a lot of McDonald's burgers that day. How many McDonald's restaurants do you own, Mr. Ramaphosa? How many boards of inquiry do you still sit on? How many boards of business do you sit on? What is your worth? Like they say in Cape Town, how much kroon have you got? You got a lot of kroon. It goes into the billions, but the very people that they said you fought for are lying in squalor in this weather. Mr. Terra Lakota, the leader of COPE, said that when you were all arrested, you turned on them and gave them a statement to the security police of the apartheid era. Confirm or deny that, Mr. President? Ramaphosa, what are you trying to do with this country? Are you trying to tell us, okay, white people just leave? When you got a stupid Minister of Transport, he's just thick. I don't know as what. But he's thicker than thick. Because he was first Minister of Sport, where he made a complete stuff up. Then you made him Minister of Police, where he made a further stuff up. Now he's Minister of Transport, and he says, aeroplane, and you will become COVID virus free. How can you allow this to happen, Mr. Ramaphosa? Our farm murders, how can you allow it to happen? Where is the policing? You're busy. Becky Chelly, aka Chuck Norris, is busy running around the country trying to catch people with NCs. Have you ever been into a mental home, Ramaphosa, where most of your cabinet belong? Those people live for cigarettes. They live for tobacco. But the agenda is cruel. And let me remind you, Ramaphosa, if you didn't know what cruel meant, it means money. So stuff the people in the old age home. Stuff the man of 80. Sitting there with his wife on the stoop, having a glass of wine and a cigarette. You deny a man at that age. At that age, don't you have any feeling in you? You and Becky Chelly and Zuma. Becky Chelly, a gung-ho, thinks he's just the O. But he doesn't intimidate us, man. If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. And I'm going to say this again, Ramaphosa. What is happening in this country today with the stealing of billions is a crime against humanity. Some babies, thousands of babies, maybe hundreds of thousands of babies are going to bed hungry tonight. They are starving. They wouldn't be starving and they wouldn't be in a shack if you people didn't only think of yourselves. You think of yourselves all the time and then you pull your favorite move. You pull the race card. Your race card is so worn out. You may as well go pull yourself a race horsing card. Because it's pathetic what you are doing. You come onto the nation and you say on the Tuesday, now I've got cigarettes, don't get me wrong here. I buy cigarettes. Luckily I've got a couple of extra money. So I can buy NCs anywhere, man. You come on the Tuesday and he said, my dear fellow South Africans, cigarettes will be sold. And then your vice, oh no, he's not the vice president, sorry, you wish he was. Your traditional leader of governance, in a kopdoek, comes on and says, no NCs. What are you trying to destroy a nation that's already destroyed? What are we going to do about Eskom? What are we going to do about state capture? What are we going to do about Bosasa? What are we going to do? And I'm asking you now, Ramaphosa, and all your cronies, I want one of those cars you bought for 10 million. So I can drive down my road and make a fool of myself. Like you people are busy making fools of yourself. Another subject. Again, what is your stance on the United States of America? What is your stance on Black Lives Matter? I thought in God's eyes all lives matter. But they obviously don't. Why, Mr. Ramaphosa, are some people not benefiting from UIF? Why are mostly white and colored people not getting their money from UIF? What is your agenda? Why are people not getting prosecuted for all the state-owned enterprises that are stuffed? Why did the SAA go bang after bang after bang? Why is Transnet almost gone? Why do you order trains that don't fit the track at 10 billion fucking rand? Excuse my language. Why do you not come and own up? And I call on you tonight, Mr. Ramaphosa, at 25 past whatever it is, I can't see it, 5, to please resign. You are a failure as a president. You are a disgrace as a president. On your watch, more billions has been stolen than Liverpool got points in the English Soccer League this year. Please resign, Mr. President. Go back to business where the white man gave you money. Because you and Julius Malema both enriched yourself through white people's money, not black people's money. And I will prove that to you. I will prove that to you. But will you answer my questions? I will have a debate with you, Mr. Ramaphosa, anytime, any place, anywhere, and I'll even fly myself up wherever you are at my own cost. Just having a look here. The last subject I want to touch on, which to me is the closest to my heart. There's two. Let's start on the previous one first. The old age homes. When last has one of your esteemed ministers, because we only hear of 4 ministers, the other ministers are getting paid but they're doing nothing. We only hear of 4 ministers, maybe 5, the Minister of Health when he knows what he's talking about. But he doesn't. Because you're building 1 million graves. You're digging 1 million graves. Not even 1 million people have died with the COVID virus worldwide. Why are you building 1 million graves? Are you planning an attack on the white people? That's a fair question. Are you planning to exterminate the white and the colored people in this country? It's not an accusation before you start running off to your security branch. It's a fair question. When last have you been to old age homes and seen how the people are dying there? With the millions that you were using and billions that you were abusing, where's the 500 billion? Couldn't you have put stricter measures in at old age homes that families, loved ones, can go and see their loved ones, and in hospitals? You know our loved ones must be crying just to see their children. I know my mother was, I took her out of her old age home. And when I go into her room at night or in the afternoon and I say to Mom, I love you. And she says, I love you, my boy. How many people are dying lonely, Ramaphosa, because of your theft under your watch? Boss, you the CEO of this country. You should be ashamed of yourself, Ramaphosa. You had a good reputation. The last thing I'm going to address you with. What is happening to the drug dealers in this country? I want to put it to you, Mr. Ramaphosa, that drugs funded in the past the African National Congress. Drugs funded the struggle. Not the whole struggle. White men paid for the other half. Drugs. What is happening to our children on the streets that are addicted? Why aren't there more free rehabilitation centers for our people who cannot afford rehab? With those billions of rands, you could have built thousands and thousands and thousands of rehabilitation centers. You could have built old age homes. You could have built houses. You could have built creches. You could have made the world look a better place in South Africa. Your greed, all of you in government, your greed knows no bounds. You fly across the world, you go out and you just spend money, and you're spending the taxpayers' money. And anyone who goes against you gets annihilated. And I don't mean annihilated by a bullet, I mean annihilated that they break his spirit. Mr. Ramaphosa, I'm going to put this to you and then I'm going to say good night to you. Many years ago, you made a comment. He said, this is how, and I'm not going to paraphrase, but this is how you break the white man. It's like a frog in hot water, and you slowly turn up the temperature of the water until they don't know what hit them. Can you confirm or deny that statement? Well, I'll tell you, Ramaphosa, you can't deny it. Because it's public knowledge, what not many people know. So get on the State of a Nation address. Admit the rampant corruption, fraud, theft under your watch. Resign. Hold fresh elections. And let's hopefully get someone in power that is not corrupt. What Verwoerd done was wrong by putting apartheid in the statute books. Have you put corruption and theft in the statute books? That's also wrong. You have denied the people the right to live. You get a minister, your ministers, and another minister today can't count. Who's got the dirt on who, Ramaphosa? Are we going to fight for this country? And I will fight. I will meet you, like I said, and we will fight together. But I can't fight with corruption. I fight against corruption. Our children are dying on the streets of addiction. And it's easy to govern a nation that is drugged. Is that part of the plan? Is that part of the frog burning in the water? Is that part of the annihilation of our farmers? Is that part of the annihilation of our young children? Is this an orchestrated attempt? There was a comment by a man today, and it was a black man. He said, let's go out and kill the white people. Ramaphosa will turn a blind eye. Take a bit of introspection, Ramaphosa. Because like you and like me, we're going to answer one day to someone bigger than us. Let's get our house in order now. Repent. Ask for forgiveness. This country will forgive you. And take your billions and go drive into the sunset. Because you are not a president. And especially not a president of the Republic of South Africa. Good night.